My name is Sumika Mikazuki. I am a 27-year-old office worker. Even at this age, I am already divorced. This is the story about the time that I was young and dumb and rushed into a marriage with an absolute scumbag of a man. Ladies, this is your reminder, don't ever be fooled by a man who has nothing but his looks.
That Mr. Takahashi who just got back from the New York branch office is really hot, don't you think?
He's good looking and he's good at his job and he's got a nice energy about him too. I've never met someone like him who looks like he's straight out of a teenage rom-com.
I know, right? Do you think he has a girlfriend?
I mean, he's that much of a catch, I'm sure he does. I bet she's also super pretty and a successful career woman good at her job just like him.
Yeah, I can picture it already. Either that or he's with a very ladylike, graceful, and elegant woman who's the daughter of a really rich family or something.
That's definitely a possibility too. Either way, to us, he's like the unattainable flower. He's so far out of our league.
I guess so. I hate to admit it, but you're right.
It's a privilege enough just to be able to look at him.
Really is. Anyway, I guess we should get back to work.
You're right, let's go. Mr. Takahashi, the super elite man who just came back from the New York branch office, was admired by all of the women in the company. However, because he was in a different department, there was no reason he should even know that I exist, and I just admired him from afar, along with every other female employee. Plus, he was so far out of my league that I couldn't possibly picture myself dating someone like that. However, as fate would have it, I became very close to Mr. Takahashi. The reason for that was on a rainy day when I walked past the park near the office. Oh, Mr. Takahashi?
What? Oh, hi, your name is,
Mikazuki. I'm Sumika Mikazuki. I work in the General Affairs Department.
Ah, yes, that's right, Miss Mikazuki. I'm sorry, I'm not that good with names, especially for people outside of my department.
No worries at all. More importantly, what happened there? Is that a dog? Is that a stray dog? Or did someone perhaps abandon them there?
Yes, exactly. I couldn't just leave him here alone, you know?
Who would do such a thing? Abandoning a dog like that in the rain. The poor thing.
Seriously, how awful.
Have you been standing here in the rain this whole time because you were worried about this abandoned dog?
Yes, exactly.
Mr. Takahashi, you have such a kind heart.
But my apartment doesn't allow pets, so there's nothing I can do for him.
I see. Well, then I'm going to take him home with me.
What? Really? Are you sure?
Yes. Oh, don't worry. I'm not just doing this without thinking about it. I'll be sure to take him to the vet to get checked out, and I'll get everything ready at home to welcome a dog. I love dogs. I could never just leave him like this. I had one growing up too, so please don't worry.
I see. Well, thank you very much. I'm sure this little guy will be really happy too.
Mr. Takahashi, you're talking about him like he was yours already.
No, no. It was just a short while, but while I was standing here, I got a little bit attached, you know?
Well, in that case, then please feel free to come over to my house anytime you want to see the dog.
That's true. Thank you.
Oh, look, he has a collar around his neck with a name written on it. Let's see. Turns out his name is Maru.
Interesting. Maru, huh?
Little Maru, you're going to have a happy home now. On my way home, I stopped at the convenience store to buy dog food, and I brought him back to my house. I gave him a bath, and when I gave him the food, he ate it within seconds. It didn't seem like he was sick or weak in any way, so he must have been abandoned very recently. I couldn't believe that someone would leave a dog this cute out on the streets like that. The next day, I took him to the vet, and after running a few tests, we found out that there was nothing wrong with him. He was a healthy, normal dog, and I decided to become a family with him at my house.
Little Maru, I'm here to play with you.
It's amazing how much he likes you already.
Wow, so cute.
Isn't he the cutest? I've already become one of those annoying parents that's obsessed with their pet.
No, I wasn't talking about the dog. I was talking about you being cute.
What? Oh, sheesh.
I guess things are done really differently in America. I'm flattered, even if it was just a joke.
I wasn't trying to flatter you, that's truly how I feel. To be honest, ever since you said that you were going to take Maru home with you, I've been thinking about what a kind and lovely person you are.
Mr. Takahashi.
Sumika, will you go out with me?
What? You, Mr. Takahashi, wants to go out with me?
Yes, and if you wouldn't mind, with marriage in mind too.
Wait a minute, please. I'm really happy about this, but we really don't know anything about each other.
Well, we can always get to know each other after we get married. I promise to make you happy. I will always make sure that you don't regret marrying me.
Mr. Takahashi. In that moment, my mind had gone blank because I was just so excited to be proposed to by someone like Mr. Takahashi. The usual thought process of, will a marriage with 0 days of dating go well? You have to get to know the other person first. Just start with dating. Any logical thinking or concerns went right out the window. If you're okay with me, then yes, it would be my pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine.
This almost feels like a dream, and I definitely don't want to wake up. What did I do to deserve this happiness?
My heart is racing too. This little guy is the cupid of our love story.
That's true. I'm sure Maru is feeling just as happy about being able to live with you. And just like that, I was engaged to by Mr. Takahashi. We went to meet each other's parents and decided that we would move in together to his place. It turns out he lived in a fairly big place already and had a spare room anyway. Despite knowing what a catch he was, I was still surprised when he brought me to his luxury apartment. I get to live in this amazing place?
Of course! We can talk about our new home and our future from here. Who knows, we might even have a child join us soon too.
Yes!
Miss Mikazuki, congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you very much.
Who could have guessed that you would get married to that Taru Takahashi from the planning department?
Surprise, I guess. Sorry about that.
No, don't be silly, this is great. But wow, Miss Mikazuki, you must be on cloud 9, well done.
Seriously, it's such a shock. Sumika, it all happened so fast, didn't it?
I don't know. Things just moved so fast that before I knew it, we were married.
3 months, right?
Yup, that's right.
That's a crazy fast marriage. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, Mr. Takahashi is so nice too.
He looks like a model. He's super elite and he's nice?
Yeah, he doesn't have any cons.
But still, do people that perfect really exist?
That's the thing. It looks like I found one.
How is that possible?
When I saw him staring at that abandoned dog in the rain, I felt like it was fate.
I can only imagine. It truly sounds like a fairy tale.
I know, right?
I'm sorry to butt into this exciting conversation, but Miss Mikazuki, will you be resigning from the company now that you're married?
No, I plan on continuing to work even though I'm married.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. We look forward to continuing working with you.
Same here, thank you for having me. Within 3 months, I had scored the jackpot by marrying Mr. Takahashi. In our luxury high-rise apartment, my new family life began with my husband Taro and little Maru. At that time, I could only see my life through rose-colored glasses, and I had no doubts that I was going to have the most romantic, newlywed life, but that dream came crumbling down in no time. Taro, I have drinks with my department after work today, so I'll be getting home late.
That's fine, but what about my dinner?
I'm going to go straight after work today, so can you just eat something on your own today?
What? What do you mean something? Then there's no point in getting married.
No point getting married?
Yeah, I mean, isn't it a given that the wife should be preparing the husband's dinner?
I couldn't help but to scrunch my face at his words. In this day and age, I was shocked that a man could say something like that with a straight face.
Anyway, from now on, whenever you're going to be coming home late, make sure that you prepare it before you go to work.
Sure, okay.
I guess I'll tolerate it for today. I guess I'll eat something on my way home then.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. To be honest, I wanted to say, you know I'm working too, but I held my tongue. Since I was able to marry someone so far out of my league, I figured I could tolerate the slight patriarchal comments from him. When I think about it now, I guess this is what they call love is blind, or rather, blinding, and I couldn't see straight. Well, maybe this means I should become a full-time housewife? But I like working too. Hey Maru, what do you think? However, this was only the beginning of Taro's patriarchy, and it was all downhill at a horrifically fast speed from there.
I'm home!
Welcome back. Dinner is ready.
I don't need dinner today.
What? Oh, really? Did you eat on the way home already?
No, I haven't been feeling well. I don't have an appetite.
What? Are you okay?
I'm feeling pretty feverish, you know?
Really? Here, a thermometer. Why don't we take your temperature?
Yeah, might as well.
Well, what does it say?
Ah, shoot!
What?
It's 100 degrees!
100 degrees? Well, maybe if you get some rest it'll go down?
What are you saying? It's 100 degrees! I could die!
Well, okay. I understand that.
My regular body temperature is low, so this hits me way harder than most people.
I see. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Does anything else hurt or feel bad besides your fever? Like any body aches or a cough or anything? You never know, but there's a chance it could also be influenza.
Yeah, that's true. Right now there's nothing in particular besides the fever.
Anyway, you should take some medicine, and it's probably best to rest up a bit for now.
It's an emergency! Call an ambulance!
Okay. I don't think that's necessary.
Do you not care what happens to me? When there are people out there who die because they think that it was just a cold?
Well, look, if we call an ambulance, it'll alarm all the neighbors too.
True, that's true.
Anyway, just get lots of rest for now. Keep your body warm. Let's make sure you're drinking plenty of water.
But I need to go to the hospital.
Why don't you get a good rest tonight, and we can go first thing tomorrow morning?
Well, I guess you're right. I feel so terrible today I can barely move, so...
Exactly. Taro, you can go lay down in the bed and get some rest. I'll make you some porridge now. I'll put an egg in it and make it extra healthy for you.
Sure.
From there, I acted like his mother and did everything I could to make him feel better. But he had a normal appetite and he was able to hold conversations as usual. No matter how you looked at it, there was no need for him to go to the hospital. After he finished eating, I gave him some medicine and tucked him into bed. Does a grown adult man need this much care and nursing for a slight fever? I felt like I was taking care of a small child. But my rose-colored glasses hadn't faded, and I still looked at Taro like he was a dream. It's only fair that anybody would get nervous when they get sick and would want to be taken care of. I left it at that. Good morning. Has your fever gone down?
No, it's still at 99.5. I'm gonna take the day off of work.
Well, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry. I'll prepare some lunch before I go to work, so you can stay in bed and get some rest.
Excuse you? What are you saying?
Huh? What do you mean?
You need to take the day off of work too!
What? Why?
You're gonna leave your sick husband at home alone and go to work? There must be something wrong with you.
But your temperature is in the 90s, right? It's gone down quite a bit since yesterday. It's just a slight fever.
Like I said, my average body temperature is low. Don't make me tell you that so many times.
Yes, but I don't think I can take the day off of work for that.
What are you gonna do if my situation takes a turn for the worst and it becomes an emergency?
Taro was so angry that he looked like he was going to hit me in any moment. I got scared, so I decided to do as he says and take the day off of work.
Also, I want egg porridge and ice cream. You better not forget the fever patches too.
Okay, let me contact the office and then I'll go out to buy them. Hello, this is Sumika Mikazuki from the General Affairs Department.
Ah, Miss Mikazuki. What's the matter?
I'm very sorry for the last-minute notice. Would it be possible to take paid leave today?
Sure, but what happened?
My husband isn't feeling well and...
What, Taro? Is he okay?
Yes, it's absolutely nothing to worry about.
But if it's enough that you also need to take the day off of work, then it must be pretty bad, right?
He's had a fever since yesterday, and he also asked me to stay home, so I thought it might be best for me to be with him today.
Fever? Is it over 100 degrees? Wait a minute, is it an illness that you can't really talk about with other people?
No, not at all.
That makes me even more worried.
He's fine. His temperature is still in the 90s. Since his body temperature is generally low, though, it seems like he's really struggling.
Huh? In the 90s?
I'm very sorry.
Well, I'm glad it doesn't sound like anything serious. Take care, both of you.
Of course it isn't. It's not like he's a newborn baby, so why should a grown adult have to take the entire day off of work for a fever in the 90s? And even have a wife take the day off of work, too. Around this time, the rose-colored glasses were finally fading, and the blinding magic of love towards my husband was starting to melt away. Now that I think about it, I ended up marrying Taro without knowing him very well. Maybe I went with the flow too much. Taro had his lunch and was sleeping like a pig, so I was bored with nothing to do, and I decided to check his social media. Oh, I found his Instagram! Aw, this is a photo from our first date. How nostalgic. I didn't know that he had uploaded it. Hashtag my beautiful girlfriend. Hashtag happiest man in the world. How sweet. Aw, despite all of this, I guess he does really love me. Or so I thought, just in the beginning. As I started scrolling down and looking at his past posts, I found a shocking photo uploaded on his account. What? This dog that Taro is cuddling isn't that Maru? And this is a photo posted 2 years ago. What does this mean? That's right, a few months ago, when I found Taro staring at the abandoned dog in the rain, I thought he was trying to save that poor dog and feeling sorry for it. In reality, he was the one that was about to leave his dog in the pouring rain. I can't believe this. How is this possible?
Phew, it's finally gone down to 98. Although for someone with a low body temperature like mine, it's still a fever.
I see. Well, that's good. Don't forget to take your medicine at night, though.
Good points. I want to have some udon for dinner tonight.
Okay, sure. After I saw his social media, I was in such a state of shock that I barely remembered what we talked about. By the time I realized, I was already under the blanket and my pillow was wet from my tears.
Sumika, are you okay? You're looking a little pale today.
Oh, I didn't really sleep that well last night.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hey, we should at least take your temperature just in case. I'll go borrow a thermometer, so wait here.
Sorry, thanks.
Whoa, you're over 100 degrees!
Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry.
Boss, Miss Mikazuki has a high fever, so please let her go home early today.
What did you say? That's not good. Go home now and get some rest at home.
Yes. You need to go home and rest up.
Everyone, I am so sorry. Thank you very much.
Please take care.
I got a fever at work today, so I left early. I won't be able to make dinner tonight. I'm sorry, but please eat out on your way home.
Okay, sure.
Oh, Taro, you're home. Welcome back.
Yeah, just got home.
Did you have dinner?
Didn't have a choice, so I ate out before coming home.
I see, thanks. Even though I told him that I was sick, he didn't bring home any drinks or medicine or anything at all for me, nor did he seem worried at all. But I guess I was the idiot for being hopeful, because this is the kind of guy that he is.
Anyway, how many degrees is your fever?
When I took it at work, it was about 100, but I'm going to take my temperature again now.
What? 100 degrees?
For a brief moment, I thought he was actually worried about me, but then he said something that made me question if I was hearing properly.
You better not pass that to me!
What?
Actually, I can't be around you if you might be contagious, so I'm gonna stay at my parents' tonight.
Oh, okay.
Ugh, give me a break. See ya.
And so toddler Taro, left me alone with my high temperature and swiftly packed a bag and walked out the door back to his parents' house. As I laid in bed at home, my fever kept rising, and I felt like I was fading in and out of consciousness. This might not be a normal fever, I thought, so I prayed and put my hope in my husband as I set him an SOS. I can wait until you're done with work, but can you take me to the hospital today?
I can't today! We have an after-work drinking party with all the departments together tonight.
I have a fever of 104.
Your body must be fighting the virus, so you're gonna be okay. I'm sure it'll just go down eventually.
This is our first cross-department drinking party in a long time, so everyone please be sure not to get too carried away.
Of course, we know. Wait, is that? Mr. Takahashi is here.
Oh yeah, he is. Does that mean that Miss Mikazuki is doing better now? This morning, she sounded like she was dying when she called me to see if she had a fever of 104.
104?
He shouldn't be at a drinking party right now when his wife is home sick. What nerve he has.
I am going to go ask him about it. Mr. Takahashi?
Oh, you're Sumika's friend. Thank you for always hanging out with her.
How is Sumika doing? I heard she was really sick. Is she okay now?
It seems like she has a fever, but I'm sure she's fine. She's an adult after all.
She said it was 104 degrees though.
They say that your fever goes up when your body is fighting the virus, so I'm sure that she'll be fine pretty soon. Plus, look, she has enough energy to keep on calling me this many times.
Excuse me? This many missed calls?
If she has enough energy to call me, then it must mean that she's feeling fine, right?
Are you kidding me? I can't believe you! What nerve do you have to be here right now?
What?
Taro, this is unacceptable, especially when Miss Mikazuki was taking care of you when you had a fever of 98.
No, you see, I have a low average body temperature.
Excuse you, but regardless of your average body temperature, anything over 100 degrees is high for anybody. If anything, a fever that high could mean something really serious. That could be even putting her life on the line.
Really? What?
Boss, please excuse me. I'm going to go check on Sumika.
Yes, please do. Let me know how she's doing.
What's wrong, little Maru?
Sumika, are you okay? Open up! Open the door! Are you alive? Hey! Sumika!
In my hazy state, I could faintly hear Lila calling my name in the distance. It's Lila. I mustered whatever strength that I could to drag myself to the front door lock, and when I finally came to, I was laying in a hospital bed.
Sumika! Thank goodness!
Lila, and Mom and Dad, what are you guys doing here?
The company called them for you.
Sumika, it turns out that you had pneumonia.
If you were left alone much longer, they said your life could have been at risk.
Miss Lila, thank you. Thank you so much.
What the hell is Taro doing? When his wife is in this state and we can't even get a hold of him?
I spoke to my colleagues and it turns out he got too drunk at the after party and is fast asleep.
Are you kidding me? He's got another thing coming to him when he wakes up.
I can't let my precious daughter be with a piece of crap like that! You need to come back home to our house immediately. I really think that you should get a divorce.
You don't have to tell me twice. I was already going to. Even I've reached my limit on how much I can take. Shortly after, I served him with the divorce papers. Toddler Taro couldn't figure out why I was divorcing him all the way until the end. I was starting to think that he might be a psychopath of sorts. It made sense though, because his parents also came after me, saying that I was never a worthy wife to begin with and throwing other random insults my way. I didn't care though, because I received plenty of money in the settlement and decided to take some time for myself. It wasn't until I was released of Toddler Taro that I realized how much stress I was carrying in the marriage, and now that I've gotten divorced from him, I feel infinitely better. For what it's worth, his image at work came down crashing too. Rumors quickly spread of how he left his wife with pneumonia at home alone while he was getting drunk at a work event, and that he had tried to abandon his dog in the pouring rain on the street. How did those rumors spread, you ask? Well, I did vent to Lila about everything, so that was the only source that I can think of. But everyone saw what happened at the drinking party anyway, and it was all the truth. He was simply getting what he deserved. I heard that he ended up quitting because nobody respected him anymore. To this day, though, I bet he still doesn't understand the reason for all of this, or what he did wrong. As for me, after the divorce, I'm happily living with little Maru. I'm not gonna stay at my parents' house forever, so I've been looking for pet-friendly apartments nearby. That was the only good thing to come out of marrying toddler Taro, was that I was able to find my real family in Maru. Even if I were to get married again, I need to live with them for a minimum of 1 year before tying the knot. At the end of the day, it was a good lesson to be learned. On to the next.